Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Episode 6 of Zanjeerain was absolutely packed with wild twists and heavy emotional drama. Right at the start of the episode, we see Torsam's friend approach him, looking completely stressed out. He asks him, "Did Sherdil call you over?" He hands Torsam a glass of water to try and calm him down, but Torsam is so consumed by a thirst for revenge that his anger is practically off the charts. He flat out refuses to drink the water, and his icy silence clearly hints at a massive storm brewing ahead. Next, the scene shifts over to the mansion, where the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. Sherdil and Bibi John are having a private, serious conversation about this ongoing family feud. Furious, Sherdil tells Bibi John, "I only let Torsam walk away this time out of respect for you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spared him." Bibi John looks deeply worried and points out that Torsam isn't inherently evil. It's actually Zafran who keeps brainwashing him, trying to pit the two brothers against each other. But Sherdil is done playing nice. He firmly declares that he can no longer leave Torsam running wild and that it's time to put him on a tight leash. He bluntly warns Bibi John not to interfere with his decisions anymore. Seeing his sheer determination, Bibi John backs down and says, "Fine. Do whatever you think is right." In the midst of all this heavy tension, we get a breath of fresh air with Sherbano and Sarbaland. Noticing the stress written all over his face, Sherbano asks him, "Are you worried about all this fighting and drama?" Sarbaland gives a really innocent and heartfelt response. "Honestly, I find all of this so bizarre. Maybe it's because I lived away from home for so long for my studies. Taking someone's life over every little argument just doesn't make sense to me." Sherbano agrees completely, admitting that it terrifies her too. Sarbalan then shares a beautiful dream for their future, suggesting that they should leave all this chaos behind and move far away to a peaceful place. The two share a sweet, romantic moment talking about their future, which feels like a perfect contrast to the surrounding hostility. Now, let's talk about the most crucial turning point of the episode. Rabia builds up the courage to call Mudassir for a private meeting. Mudassir arrives looking a bit anxious and jokes, "You're not here to call off the wedding, are you?" Rabia smiles and reassures him, but then asks a very serious question. "Don't you find all of this a little strange? My younger brother brings up marriage after just 2 casual meetings. My uncle immediately agrees the first time you visit, and suddenly the wedding is set for 3 days from now? Didn't it cross your mind what kind of emergency could cause such a rush?" Mudassir's response is absolutely golden. He admits he thought about it, but says it doesn't matter to him because he genuinely fell for her at first sight. He explains that when you find the person your heart desires, you don't ask questions. You just feel grateful. But Rabia refuses to build her marriage on a foundation of lies. Tearing up, she tells Mudassir the absolute truth about her past and Torsam. She reveals how Torsam is trying to force her into marriage, which is exactly why her family is rushing this wedding. She leaves the ball in his court, telling him she will accept whatever decision he makes now that he knows the truth. Witnessing her honesty and bravery, Mudassir is even more impressed and promises to keep her happy for the rest of her life. Following that beautiful moment, a joyful Mudassir calls his sister to share the good news and invites her to the wedding. On the flip side, Rabia and her family are packing up and shutting down their beloved Daba with heavy hearts. Rabia breaks down because she put her blood, sweat, and tears into building that place. Her uncle comforts her, promising everything will be okay. Still, Rabia blames Torsam, crying that she will never forgive him for shattering her dreams. Meanwhile, Mudassir calls his friend Sarbaland to break the news, leaving Sarbaland completely shocked by how fast things are moving. Back at the house, pre-wedding festivities begin, and Rabia's brother Tayyab calls Mudassir to remind him about picking up the bridal dress. During all this, Sherdil and his wife are having dinner. His wife is extremely anxious about his deteriorating health and insists on traveling to the hospital with him. Sherdil then goes to Bibi John to inform her that he is heading to Islamabad for a few days for a checkup and tells her not to worry. But you guys, the real bombshell drops in the final scene. Tor Sam gets tip-off intel that Sherdil is traveling to Islamabad tomorrow and will be passing right through their territory. Tor Sam immediately gathers his men and plots an assassination, vowing that Sherdil will not make it out alive this time. But here is the ultimate twist. Sardar Zafran is standing in the shadows, overhearing the entire plan. A sinister smirk creeps across Zafran's face, and he says to himself, "Did you think I would just forget my humiliation? If I don't wipe out your entire lineage using your own bloodline, if I don't spill your blood using your own flesh and blood, then my name isn't Sardar Zafran Khan." And on that absolute cliffhanger, the episode ends. So guys, will Tor Sam actually pull the trigger on his own brother? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more recaps. See you in the next one. Bye!
अल्लाह तुझे जिंदगी की सारी खुशियां दे। मैं तेरे लिए हमेशा दुआ करता रहूं।
भाई गुस्से की तेज लड़की से शादी की है, जैसे ढाबे पर पड़ी थी बगैर इजाजत के पास बैठने पर कहीं वैसी ही डांट आज शादी की पहली रात खानी ना पड़ जाए।